Making inferences. How can I make an inference while reading a text? First, we need to figure out what an inference is. An inference is taking what you know and making a guess. You're going to draw a personal meaning from the text, either by words or pictures, and you will use clues to come up with your own conclusion. So let's think about it. Take what you know and make a guess. Well, when you're reading something and you come to a part in the story where you're like, it's getting dark and chilly outside. The wind is blowing and the character keeps looking at the sky. So that's what you have read, and what you know is when you've been outside and the sky's getting dark, it's getting windy and chilly, you can take a guess that there must be a storm coming. So these first two, take a guess and draw a personal meaning, it kind of goes hand in hand. We took what we knew, we took what the text said, and we made a conclusion that it must be going to rain. Let's take a look at this picture. Make an inference. What does this image tell me? Well, if you're looking at it, I know that this red symbol means no, or don't, or stop. Then there's a cat in here, and I know this cat's name is Garfield. So if there's a red symbol that means stop, that must mean no Garfield or no cats allowed in here. So what does that mean? The image is telling me that there's no Garfield allowed in here, or no cats allowed. So when you look at these, you have to figure out, what did I already know that helped me make the inference? Well, I knew the red sign meant no, stop, do not. And then I used the picture as a written clue to make a conclusion. It must mean no cats. All right, let's take a look at another one. Help me make an inference. And the darn ants kept carrying them away, crumb by crumb, until they were all gone. That's my opinion. So let's look at this picture. What do you know? Well, if I use the picture, all right, this kiddo here is saying that, I don't know, they just keep coming from nowhere. And they keep taking the crumbs. But if I look at the picture, the mom looks angry. She's holding a cookie jar. The kid looks like he's about to get in trouble. So if I take a guess of what is meant by this, my guess is that he was eating cookies and he wasn't supposed to. He got crumbs on the floor and the ants came in the house. And now the mom is mad. So that is my guess from the cartoon. Again, you use words, graphs, or picture clues to help you make a guess about what the cartoon meant. Let's try again. Go ahead and read that cartoon. All right, let's look at the questions. Can he draw more than tigers? You can draw something besides tigers, can't you? Sure. Leopards, pumas, ocelots, you name it. Okay, so if I'm looking at this and I need to answer the question, can he draw more than tigers? There might be some words up here that I don't know. So you might have to look them up in a dictionary if you don't know what they mean, because this is your clue to answering the question. Okay. I can make an inference. If he's drawing leopards, pumas, and ocelots, they're all forms of cats. Tigers are also in the cat family. So I guess he can't draw anything but tigers. All right, let's make one more inference. What can you infer about this picture? There's a lot going on in this picture. First, we've got aliens. And it looks like they're going on a trip and they're trying to visit all the planets. So it looks like they have a sticker of Pluto, a bumper sticker saying, I visited Jupiter, Mars, Saturn, Scenic, Venus, and Earth. So I can infer that they are going to go to another planet that they have not been to. And when they get there, they're going to get a sticker with its name on. That's my inference based on what I see. So how do good readers make inferences? Well, they use word text clues. So what do they see and what do they read? Picture clues. They might have to look up words that they don't know what they mean. Good readers make inferences on how somebody is feeling or the emotions that are going on in the story, because authors don't just come right out and say the character was sad. Like that's just too simple. Instead, they're going to give you clues that you need to pick up on, that you can make an inference in your head to go, you know what? It sounds like the character's being very sad. And in order to do that, you need to use what you already know. Another point is that they look for explanations for events. Okay, why were they sad? Why was there a no symbol over Garfield the cat? What did he do? And the whole time they're making these inferences, they're asking themselves questions that can be answered in their head. Let's make another inference. Go ahead and read the passage. Okay, so Miss White has recess duty. Jacob finds a frog, picks it up, and runs over to show it to Miss White. Miss White screams, jumps, and runs as fast as she can into the school. Well, what can you infer from the passage? Could you infer that Miss White is afraid of frogs? What were the clues to say that? She screams, jumps, and runs as fast as she can into the school. That is the clue from the passage. Sometimes we call this, what is the text evidence that proves that she is scared of frogs. So when we think about like what is authors versus readers, okay? When we think about that, what are the differences between those two? Authors imply, meaning they don't necessarily come right out and say the answer, and readers infer. We make guesses. Authors make implications that readers have to infer. An implication is a clue. They give us clue that helps us infer. So what do I mean by these statements? What I mean is good readers are detectives who are always looking out for clues to help them better understand the stories and the pictures. So when making an inference, you need to make sure, you need to make sure that you're taking what you know, okay, what you know, and the evidence from the passage to make an inference.